Hi guys, welcome to another at-home workout. Workout's going to be about 30 minutes in length. It's going to consist of these 5 things. Again, these things are always changing every day. But just want to make sure you had a workout that you could do in your house, whether it be bedroom, living room, in your garage. Something you do inside, so you don't have to go outside of the pouring rain or the freezing cold, or necessarily have any need for equipment. So our first thing that we're going to do is our warm-up today. Our warm-up is going to consist of 3 things, each being for 1 minute. Okay. The first thing we're going to do is maybe if you've been sitting all day, we're going to be on our feet, and we're going to find something behind us to elevate our foot, and we're going to stretch our quad, one quad while standing, but at the same time, as we kind of lump our fingers together, we're going to reach above our head, we're going to reach as back as far as we can. We're going to try and stretch our quadricep into our hip, into our abs, into our shoulders, and as we flex our back. We're going to do that for 1 minute per side, each leg, as we just start to tear apart our muscles, tissues in our muscles to kind of get things rolling here to get into our 3 minutes of exercise. Okay, so 1 minute on each side. As we continue to warm up, we will also do what's called an alternating Samson, very similar to what we just got done doing. But we're going to be in a lunge position, actually, with our back leg or back knee on the ground. And again, fingers locked, reaching back as much as we can, and alternating. So simply alternating these legs back and forth again for 1 full minute. Okay? So alternating Samson along with the quad stretch. Our third part of our warm-up today is now less of a stretch and more of getting heart rate just pumping just a little bit. And that's going to be 1 minute of air squats. Okay, air squats are body squats where our feet are a little more than hip width. Okay, we can simply put our hands across, put our hands above, which we're squatting down to parallel for 1 minute. Okay, speed is not a factor. We're not going up and down super fast, but we are just going at a normal pace of 1 minute of air squats. Okay, so now go ahead and pause it up, and let's get after our warm-up, and we'll come right back for some muscle-specific exercises. So we're going to have 3 muscle-specific exercises. Again, we contract a specific muscle. We isolate just one muscle, contraction, and then length. And we do it with some type of household product for resistance. Our first one is going to be a split squat. In our split squat, meaning we just got done doing air squats, so we're now going to go ahead and just do one leg at a time, where one foot is elevated. So we kind of also did our quad stretch earlier, but we're going to hold on to some type of resistance and do a squat from this position. So we can hold on to just about anything if we needed to. Again, backpack's probably the best option. My backpack today, but it could be just about anything. Okay, I've got a bucket of baseballs here. Okay, so my split squat, you can weigh us down here with back foot elevated, squatting down to where my hip is even with my knee. Okay, so that's going to be our first muscle-specific exercise that we do. Our second muscle-specific exercise is now going to be for our back or our lat muscles, our upper body. And we're just going to go back to some old school rowing. Okay, we want to be on our feet. We want to go ahead and grab something, and we want to go ahead and bend over with it. And by that means we can use a bench or a couch, something like that. But as we are bent over, we're going to pull against gravity to row. Better to have just one arm at a time so we can go higher with our row. If we are using 2 arms at a time, we have to stop at the chest. But if we have a single arm, we can go past that point and bring the object to the side of our body. Okay, so we're going to do 3 sets of 15 on the rows for our back. Our third exercise today is going to be a goblet side lunge. So goblet meaning holding resistance in front of our body. And side lunge is just that. We're facing one direction, but we're stepping to the side, lunging all the way down, coming back to a normal position, and alternating to the other side. Okay, so alternating side lunges is our third and final muscle-specific exercise. When we come back, we'll go ahead and do our core work. Our core today is going to consist of 2 exercises, but we're going to do 3 rounds of these exercises. Okay, so we're going to do 1 exercise for a certain set, and then go immediately to the second one. And then we're going to have 1 minute of rest before we start off the second round. Okay? Our first exercise that we're going to do is called a super dog. Okay? A super dog is something we have not done before. But it's when we're on both knees, both hands, like a dog. And we're simply going to lift our right arm and our left leg to make a straight line. And we're going to hold that pause, back in the middle, alternating now to the right leg, left arm, and then back to the middle. So we'll do a total of 16 super dogs, 8 per side, for a total of 16. That's 1 set. Our next exercise that we're going to do for our core is called reverse lunges. That's when we're going to lay on our back, all the way down. And we are not going to necessarily get our upper body off the ground. This is just going to be all lower body. We're bringing our legs or our knees to our chest. If you need to, rest your legs in between a rep. Let your heels tap or touch the ground. If you want to make it more challenging, you keep your heels off the ground the entire time. So again, we're going to do super dogs. Set of super dogs, a set of reverse lunges, followed by 1 minute of rest. And then we're going to do 3 rounds of that core work. And then we're going to come back and do some superset cardio. For superset cardio today, we're going to do 3 rounds of 3 different exercises. No rest in between. Our first exercise that we're going to do is jumps. We're going to do 40 jumps. How you jump is up to you. I would suggest that you can use stairs, or maybe like some stairs leading up to your porch, or maybe inside the house, but something in which you can jump on top of an elevated surface and back down again. So we want to do 40 jumps up on top of a set of stairs, or again, if you have box jumps, something like that. But something where you're on an elevated surface. So 40 of them. Immediately after 40 jumps, let's pause for a second. If you don't have stairs, 2 other options you could choose would be a jump rope. So if you do have a jump rope, just 40 jumps of a jump rope. Another way we could also jump would be line jumps. A line jump is something all you need is simply a line on the floor. Maybe it's a crack in the concrete. Maybe it's something on a hardwood floor. That could be your aiming point. But 40 jumps of back and forth jumping of a line jump. Okay, so elevated surface like a step, a line jump, a jump rope, 40 jumps total. Second exercise is going to be push-ups. We're going to do 20 push-ups. We want to make sure we have a nice flat back. We're coming down to about a fist or a couple inches off the ground, and extend all the way up, locking our elbows out at the top. Our third exercise is going to be a dynamic side plank. Something that we learned from our plank video. A dynamic side plank is going to be where we are here with our front knee on the ground, going down and back up again. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can put your right leg straight, bring it across the opposite leg, firmly planted on the ground, the foot can be on the ground, dynamic plank, down and up. If you want to make it the hardest version of a dynamic side plank, both feet together, here, coming down and tapping, coming back up. We're going to do 10 dynamic side planks to the right, and 10 dynamic side planks to the left. Those are our 3 exercises. And we're going to do 3 rounds of that. Take us about maybe 10 minutes to get our heart rate well over 100 for those 10 minutes. We're going to pause, do our superset cardio the best we possibly can. It's the most important part of the day. Then we'll come back and cool down and work on our flexibility. Hopefully you're able to get your heart rate up well over 100. You can check that max heart rate. We're looking to get to 120 actually or above is where we want to end up getting to. If you can get up to 140, 150, that's what we're ultimately trying to do. Now we're going to go ahead and cool down and work on our flexibility. And we're going to cool down and do that up on our feet. And so I wanted to show you an elevated surface, something to grab onto. Easiest thing to do would be simply into a door in which our palm faces up. We're going to go ahead and stretch our arm vertically up and down. We're going to go ahead and bring our chest further than our hand. So our arm is going to be behind our body. And we're going to stretch our arm vertically. We're also going to stretch our arm horizontally. So we would grab the door handle or anything, quite frankly, in which now we are stretching our arm horizontally. And so now we're getting back into our lats and we're stretching horizontally. So we want to go ahead and do both directions, up or vertically, horizontally on the right arm, and then also to the left arm as well. Okay? Remember now to attend our Google Meets. Remember to check skyward best you can. And obviously, if you have any questions at all, email, office hour, call, whatever you need to do. Let's communicate the best.